dynamite and burning 300,000 religious artworks in the streets. And then second, the ban of art and culture of 20th century completely in the beginning of 70s. So both China and Russia are old marriages we don't want to go back to. For the others is different history, different attitude, different thing. And with China, with Russia, we never had really a relation. Just imagine that since 1990, when we got free, it never occurred an official visit of high level from Albania to Moscow or vice versa. Never. And with China it's different. We have a friendly relation, but it's not a country, ours, where we have much of Chinese investments, and we don't really look to have more Chinese investments. It's just like, you know, yeah. As I think I said it. Old marriages you don't want to review, right? So.
All right. Is there another question from Washington, or should I go to the audience? I don't see any hands up there, so I might. We have about 1 minute and 45 seconds left.
Because it's an orchestrated debate, you had only one to make a question. The others were not supposed to ask.
This is what happens.
Now you have more time and they are not ready to ask.
When you go off the cuff, this is what happens. Ma'am, please go ahead and step to the microphone, please. We'll give the last word to you. We've got about 1.5 minutes, so please make it quick.
Thank you. I'm Eugenia from the Atlantic Council of Albania. So my question is regarding your Balkan tour, Prime Minister, that you have made these recent days, and it's about whether or not you are confident on the answer or the attitude of the European Union toward Western Balkan countries' membership in the EU.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. The 16th of October, Berlin.
Yeah.
Forum. It was a follow-up question, what we can expect from the Berlin Initiative meeting that will take place in Tirana about the accession of the Western Balkans to the European Union, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you.
Listen, we suffered a lot and we had a neurotic breakdown for some time because of not having the opening of accession talks. So we were, based on the Commission reports, we were ready to start talks, and then based on the European Council, we were not ready to start talks. And we were like being told all the time that they wanted to marry us, but they didn't want to talk to us. And I don't know how this can happen. When the accession talks started, for us, that was it. Why? Because we wanted the accession talks very much as the unique know-how transfer of state building that you can find. If there is a difference between our country or our countries in Western Balkans that have a very poor tradition of institutions, that have been cursed by history in a very harsh way and have never had the possibility to build states, credible states, with countries that are, let's say, Iraq or let's say wherever. The difference is that we are blessed to be in the middle of Europe and to have the European Union, because European Union, as terrifying as it is in making you wanting to die from boredom, it helps you with a method of building institutions. And of course, this is not something that comes with excitement, right? You have to make homework. And this homework has to be done. So I always advocated that accession talks had to be open as soon as possible, and then membership has to come when it has to come. So no rush, no hurry. We need to learn to drive the car with all different speeds and not cry to have a driving license before we know how to drive, because then we crash, and then we crash others, and then there is frustration and so on. In the meantime, I think that the time we live in needs a different approach from the European Union in terms of doing more to get the Balkans integrated. First of all, doing more financially. What happened during this crisis, practically has widened the gap, the convergence gap between us, the Western Balkan countries, and the European Union. And guess what? Based on a very simple calculation of the money that have been distributed among the members, our neighboring countries that are part of the EU have got, with all these packages and all these contributions, to overcome pandemic, to overcome the energy crisis, to overcome this and that, something like 4,718 euros per capita. We have got 132 euros per capita. So this cannot go on anymore like this. So some pre-accession funds should be structured. Some more political participation should be structured. And then this has to be combined with the reform in the European Union, because the decision-making in the European Union is already a mess. So they are already not able to make all decisions with 27, right? Adding 6 from the Balkans, who are bringing a lot of enthusiasm and joy, but not a lot of patience, will not make the decision-making process more easy, I assume. So it should be a combined thing. But to conclude, you know, we can say whatever we want about the European Union, but one thing is sure. Without the European Union, we would not be able to do 90% of the things we have done in the last 30 years. And without the United States, that also have their own problems, of course, and we can also say whatever we want, we would not be able to survive as Albanian nation. So if we are today so well placed that we have so much progress tangible, not only in Albania, but free, independent Kosovo, full participation of Albanians in the North Macedonia political and social life, Albanians in Montenegro being well represented, and by the way, 6 Balkan countries, 3 Albanian prime ministers. Of course, something might be wrong, but it's good. So I think that we should really never forget that we are blessed to be in the heart of Europe and to have these 2 big strategic allies, United States and European Union. And of course, after making the homework during the day, in the evening we can make fun of them. Because without the fun, Western Balkans would have been dead long ago.
It's a good note to end on. Prime Minister Rama, thank you for being with us.